My name is Holly Mitchell and I am British born and raised and half American. I've lived between the UK and the US a lot of my life. I moved to California when I was about 19, and I lived there for about 10-15 years. And currently I now reside in the Mediterranean. I lived in Malta for about 3.5 years, which I still consider a very dear home of mine. But at the moment I'm exploring opportunities in south of France. My dad introduced me to photography and he gave me my first camera when I was 16 for my 16th birthday. It was a Praktica BC1 35mm film camera, and it was fantastic. I was very excited. My dad was a wonderful photographer, and so he taught me the basics on getting me started. I would say what has always attracted me to the medium of photography is that I love the spontaneity of it. I like the immediate today it's even more an immediate reaction with digital, but I like the fact that it captures moments. And for me, I think my favourite time is when I grab my camera and I just go out on the streets or in nature, and I start just becoming one with my camera and just getting lost behind the lens. From the moment that I started going to Malta, I fell in love with it because it's first of all, it's very historical, and you feel the history when you arrive there. It's quite a theatrical looking island. The backdrops are beautiful with the bastion walls and the old cities, and when you start learning the history about it, you kind of feel that whole presence. The fishermen are quite a I would say that they're quite an icon of Malta. If you look at if you research it, and you look at it in a travel, and you're traveling there, you will always see the fishermen depicted, as well as their lutsus, which is their fishing boats, and that's very iconic of Malta. They have the Egyptian eye on either side, and so they're quite a known aspect of the island. If I was to pick one of my favourites, it would probably be with it's Gaetani and Paolo, who were two fishermen. It's the one where Paolo has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and I think he's working with he's separating the nets, or he's untangling them. Just a quiet moment of about 20 minutes, just puttering out. Paolo was cigarette after cigarette hanging out of his mouth, working with the fishing nets, and Gaetani just, in his own peaceful way, just kind of driving the boat out to where all the nets were. And you could just see the rhythm that they had for years and years together. And I just think that photograph, for me, depicted who they were as a relationship, as these two friends, colleagues, if you want to say, that had been working together for many years. A good photograph is something that draws you in. Hopefully it's emotive, hopefully it's something that tells a story. There's so many photographs out there today, and you see it through Flickr, through 500 pics, etc. So finding something new to say, and it doesn't have to be complicated, for me anyway, just something that emotes and tells a story. And what is next for my photography? As I say, I've just recently moved down to south of France. My primary goal for that is to spread my wings more within the sailing community and the yachting community in my photography. So I hope to grow a little bit more and get my photography out in that world a little bit more, to build up on my business and make it stronger. And then personally, I have a photographic project that I'm dying to get off its feet. It's again, it has a lot of work to be done, but that will involve working with horses and horsemanship around the world. So sort of travel, cultural, equine project. So yes, so that's where I'm at with my photography today.